that time of year, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean the boat up. Boat looks absolutely awful, so we went fishing 2 weekends in a row. It's pollen season. I don't know how bad it gets up north, but down here in the south, it's like a Yellowstone. I mean, it gets on everything, it touches everything, it gets inside you. I mean, it sticks to the boat. Plus, we were fishing gunners for tons of mud, grass. Man, it just makes your boat look like junk. And you want to get out there on the water with your friends, you want to make it look good. And this is a cheap, easy way of doing it if you're going to wash it yourself. And it's very inexpensive because you're using household products that will not hurt your boat. They won't hurt your boat, they won't hurt your carpet, they won't hurt anything. And it's real easy to make and do. So the first thing you need is just distilled white vinegar. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 equal parts. We're going to use a spray bottle. And we're going to pour it in there. And most of your spray bottles, like this one goes to 25. If you don't get it exactly right, that's fine, as long as you're getting it close to it. So we're going to use distilled vinegar. We're going to fill it up about 1/3 of the way. Alright. Now we're just going to use just peroxide. This right here is, I don't know what percentage this is, but it's just regular peroxide you get for like having wounds and stuff. This right here eats all the organic matter off of your boat and all the stuff that's hard to get to. They'll foam it up and they'll really get rid of it. So I think the vinegar was just like maybe a couple dollars, and the peroxide was a couple dollars. And the good thing about this is you can actually use it several times, because like I used 1/3 of this bottle, just a little bit of that. One of the main ingredients is Dawn dish detergent. It breaks down oils, things like that will stick, and you can use this on your car, your boat, anything you got. You got to worry about it hurting it. And but Dawn dish detergent, I wouldn't use any other thing. I wouldn't use Ajax or anything like that. I just use Dawn. It works really, really well. And I don't care what color you get, as long as it's Dawn dish detergent. I like to put it in last so it doesn't foam up so bad as you're putting it in there. Now this is probably the more expensive of the ingredients. It's probably going to cost you about $4. And so got the Dawn dish detergent, vinegar, peroxide. Just put your cap on there. You don't want to shake it, you just want to swirl it because it'll foam up really big. You just want to sit there and swirl it for a little bit and get it really good mixed together. And then you can even let it settle just a little bit because it is going to mix up really, really well. Alright, the last ingredient, and you only use this on the exterior of your boat and only in the really rough spots. And I'll show you out here in a minute like some of the worst spots, but we're going to try to just rinse it off real quick with the pressure washer and just, you know, get off what we can. But there's going to be this mud line on there that's going to show up, and basically the Clorox is like the last resort. So if you got this on there and you got a place that just doesn't look like it's just coming off real easy, you can just spritz just a little bit of Clorox on there. It'll foam up really quick. It'll really start biting into it. Wash it off. No harm, no foul, and you got a really clean boat. All right, so I mean, you can clean the carpet, everything with this. And I mean, Gunnersville was really nasty. We were in the mud, the grass, the gunk, and we'll get to the worst of it. But you can kind of see that line right through there where it's kind of yellow, goes up the boat. That is really hard just to wash off. Like, it sticks in every little pivot in the paint, everything, and really just gets stuck there, and it adds a dull coat. And you especially see back here on the back, especially in the light, We've got tons of pollen right now. You can't get the pollen off, but there's other stuff on there that's just holding it. So we'll look at that again here in a minute after we clean it. We'll wash it off one good time, and then we'll spray the stuff in there and see what you think. All right, so I don't know if you can see, but Travis got really close to the pressure washer, and we still got that mud line on there. So, you know, we're just showing you, just rinse it off first, try to knock off the big heavy stuff, and you'll get down to that mud line, all the greasy, grimy stuff that's in the water that gets on your boat. And then we're gonna spray this on there after we get done doing the whole boat, and show you how it works. Thanks. All right, so we have rinsed the boat off really good. We're gonna let it just semi-dry just a little bit, and then we're gonna start spraying the concoction up on the boat, and then we're gonna spray it off and show you how it works. All right, so we got a whole bottle of this. We're gonna be like generous with it, but you don't want to use more than a bottle. So we're basically just gonna spray it all over the boat. Motor, every little piece of it. We're gonna let it sit on there for a minute, and it ain't gonna hurt anything. You see there's grime everywhere. Alright, we're gonna let that sit on there. We're gonna let that sit on there for just a little bit. Let it do its job. We're gonna spray it off. We'll see how good it's done. Like I said, there may be some small spots that are really deep and hard to get to. We'll spray just a little bit more of this, just a little bit of Clorox, and just in those spots, and it'll be fine. Alright. Alright, so we've let it sit for just a little bit. As you can see, the line is still there. I don't know how good this is coming through, but you can see that yellow line. And that's after we pressure washed it. So we put this formula that we came up with, concoction, whatever you want to call it. We put it all over the boat. Like I said, there might be a few spots like this one. And if we get done, we may have to hit it again and just put just a little bit of Clorox on there, and just in those spots, not the whole thing. Most of it should come off. You don't have to get that close. Don't keep it about that far away. Alright, so you can see right there, especially on the white parts, it really shows up. So I'm gonna take this solution back up just a little bit. We'll spray just a little bit more on there. We're gonna let that sit for just a minute, and then we're gonna put some Clorox on there, and you'll see what happens. We're only doing this in spotty form because most of the boat looks great. So, like I said, that there's like the worst part of it. Oil floats top of water, and there was all kinds of nastiness where we were fishing. So, here we go. All right, so this is Clorox. I didn't dilute it. So you gotta be careful with it. You don't want to get it on you. You want to watch where the wind's blowing and use it sparsely. But just right here where it's the worst, you just want to kind of spritz it on there, and you'll see it kind of foam up in the areas that's the worst. Which not on white probably, but That's usually where I notice it the worst, is on the white part. So we'll let that sit for just not even 5 minutes, and that should come right off. So you don't want to use that on the hard surface on the outside of your boat. You don't want to use it on your carpet. Thank you, lovely assistant.